What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing another video, and today we're going to be rating teams again, but this time is a little bit differently. We are going to be rating lineups in the clutch time game mode. So guys, if you guys want me to rate your team, follow me on Twitter at DBGYT_, and probably once a week I just tweet out saying send teams. And today I specifically said to send clutch time teams. So we are going to be rating them for this video. And yeah, so before we on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit like, honestly, we're trying to hit like 276,000 subs. Like that's like 400 away or something. But if we can hit 400 subscribers by the end of the year, I will be, at this rate, I'll be happy if even just to see a 1K tick over. So, yeah, that would be insane. So, now, let's get on to it. So, I tweeted this out about an hour, about 50 minutes ago, and we have got quite a few replies. Like, we genuinely have got, to this tweet, 115 replies. More replies than likes. So, this team right here from, let's click on the picture, from IT for MVP. John's leading scorer badged up. Clay is your best shooter. Mullen greens everything. AK is AK. KG can stretch from 3 and grabs boards. Fair enough. So, AK, KG good. Chris Mullen, I'm not high on Chris Mullen, but if you hit everything with him, you hit everything with him. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I was so high on Chris Mullen. I hate him now. Like, but he does play a lot more defense than the alternatives. Like, the alternatives are using for cheap at the likes of Troy Daniels stuff. I would probably put in Drazen instead of Chris Mullen if you can afford Drazen. But Clay is obviously one of the best players in the game for this game mode, if not the best. Badged up Ja means you have range on Ja. Ja's insanely good as well. And you got two really good defensive players. I would think maybe you replace Mullen with like with either a Drazen for more shooting or with a Mikal Bridges for some more defense. But other than that, your team's pretty good. Okay. Rim roam with Penny, bait help, and bait help defense are 3 home with Drazen and Detlef. Detlef's really good. Like, Detlef is really, really good. Like, I am 100% on the Detlef hype train. I don't think he's spectacular by any means. But, like, he's in the top 10 or so. He's in the top 10 or so small forwards. He's higher than top 10. He's top, like, close to top 5 small forwards in the game. Detlef's really good. I really like John Collins and Mike, and I think they're two similar players to run them both together, though. I think running a bigger body beside Collins is better, or running like a more defensive power forward beside Mikan. Honestly, as much as I do prefer John Collins to Isaac, I think beside Mikan, Isaac might be better. Or maybe you can even save a little bit of MT and throw Collins up to the 5, which is like a tiny whereas Mike can move Isaac to the 4. But Penny's really good, Drazen's really good, and Shrimp is really, really good as well. This team's really solid. Like, both of these teams are teams I'd be confident with. So, that's one thing I like about this mode, is that a lot of the time it's preference. Like, this team versus this team, they're both really good lineups. Like solid 8 out of 10 lineups. And, Jesus, lads, I just saw on Twitter, it appears that Splash, didn't get his email again. 2 years, 2 qualifiers in a row. It appears that Splash did not get his email. Oh, hopefully that changes. And hopefully 2K aren't just screwing arguably the best player in the world out of qualifying spot, and that we can get to see the 1A, 1B of the biggest draws in the tournament with Ty. If anything, Splash might even be a bigger draw this year than Ty, which is crazy. But fingers crossed he gets a qualifying spot. But Ja, Eddie Jones, Kawhi. So, first of all, I would get rid of, as much as I do like Kawhi, I would get rid of Kawhi. Mikal Bridges is better. Replace Ja with Smart if you need more range defense. Eddie with Amethyst Harden if you need more shot creation. So, like, I genuinely would. I would sell Kawhi Leonard and I would buy, what's his name? I would buy Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, I think, is that a little bit cheaper. And then I don't know how much it costs to silver range up Ja Morant. He's like, if you do want range for Marcus Smart, actually no, Smart's way better in defense. I was like, ranging up Ja Morant might not be the worst idea in the world, but now this team is again pretty good. To buy it, Like, look, is Tobias better than Jonathan Isaac? I don't think so. I know he can shoot from deeper, but Jonathan Isaac has more length. They have the exact same release, and Isaac is way, way cheaper. Also, is Miles Turner enough better than Ha-Seong Jin? Or not Ha-Seong Jin, Jesus. I would not use Ha in this game mode, even though I do like Ha. Is Miles Turner enough better than Wang Zhizhi? Like, if you replaced Tobias Harris and Miles Turner with Wang Zhizhi and Jonathan Isaac, I don't think you lose anything. And then replace Kawhi Leonard with the Mikal Bridges card. You suddenly got like enough MT. You suddenly gained like 40, 50k MT. And your team is like barely worse. So that you could put in a little bit of MT to range up your Ja Morant. And can hold clamps, can't he? Yeah, range up Ja, defense badge out Ja. And that probably makes your team better if you really want to do that. So, Ja's badged out with clamps and limitless spot up. Got 120k MT, open to any replacements, currently 13 and 1. That is literally the exact lineup that I suggested to the previous opponent guy. That is hilarious. Like, Eddie Jones versus Caruso. Both of those guys have Huff Interceptor. Like, I personally prefer Eddie Jones, but it's very close. Eddie Jones and Caruso, literally, they are. Even though they're not similar, they are similar. Like, I would never tell someone to replace Caruso with Eddie Jones or vice versa. Like, they're essentially the same card. But Mikal Bridges, Jonathan Isaac, Wang Zhizhi, and Ja Morant with range and clamps. Like, there's no point in proving anything. There really isn't. There really is not. This team's more than capable of winning. And it is just hilarious that the exact advice I gave to this guy turns out to be this guy's team. That is hilarious. But use Drazen's main offensive option. Sometimes go Penny if he has a small point guard on him. Yeah, that was my... When I won my 50 games per game, it was Drazen and Penny. That was my duo. Both of them are really, really good. So Drazen, again, can be a main option. He can 4-hunt really, really well. Eddie Jones, great player. Huff Interceptor. It's preference ready for Eddie Jones and Mikal Bridges. I personally prefer Bridges because his arms are longer, but like that's literally it. Eddie Jones is really, really good as well. Then we have got George Mikan at center. Mikan's really good, especially because AK works beside Mikan. He works quite well beside Mikan, so I would be I would be high on that. I'd be high on this team. I don't think there's any real flaws with this team. I really don't think there are any flaws with this team. Yeah, like, we haven't seen a bad team so far. I think everyone's kind of got at least a competent clutch time team. We haven't replaced anyone. Okay, sorry. So this is the clutch time lineup. Gerald Wallace. I mean, Gerald Wallace is really good. I would start Batum instead of John Collins. I just think, I get it, John Collins hits wide open a lot better, but I just think overall Batum offers a lot more than Collins. Harden's really good, and then I would replace Francis. You've got 1 million MT, so there's no point to just not buy Penny Hardaway at this stage. I get it, you're like outside of Harden, no one will be able to really shoot the 4, but I mean I'd just get Penny. I get Penny and maybe bring Drazen and Penny in. And move Harden to like the bench line, or get rid of Clyde out of this, but you got 1 million MT, so maybe just drop by Drazen and Penny, spend 100k MT, and then put Batum as your starting 4. That team will be really good then. You shall not pass lineup. Let me just keep scrolling. Is there any actually really interesting lineups here? I mean, Booker's just there to score, I'm guessing, is he? Don't have much MT, like 2,000. Badger Jowla defense, put rim protector on Collins. Okay. Are there any teams that need work? Everyone's team is freaking stacked. Okay, Bayesian, Ricks. Badge Trey, Eddie Jones, badged Melo, badged Cliff Robinson, badged Giannis. Okay. Cliff is so freaking good. Having Cliff is a huge one. Having Cliff is actually huge. Cliff Robinson is brilliant in game. Like, that card is like, he is the glue guy of dreams, lads. He is actually the glue guy of dreams. And Oh my god. Splash just got disqualified again. Oh my god, lads. Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? He didn't even, like, he's not, bro. I don't know, whatever. Maybe he did something, he didn't stream to somebody, he didn't even break a rule the first time. Oh my god, 2K, what are you doing? I know this isn't part of the video, but I don't want to make an entire video on this. But what are you doing? Like, whoever it is that spotted him. Splash is literally good enough to beat dudes by 100. He's the best player in the freaking world. Like, he's not boosting, he's just the best player in the freaking world. And RCA got disqualified as well. RCA got disqualified as well. The two best players in the PS5 side just got disqualified. Holy mother of God. Holy crap. The two best players in the world outside, well, two best players on the PS5 side this year both got DQ'd. This team is great though, Blasian. I'm just in shock. Man, that has thrown me off in this video. That has thrown me off in this video. So, let me have a look right here. Cliff Hagan. There are no real interesting teams. I wouldn't use this lineup here. I'm just saying that. I wouldn't use this lineup here. You don't need three guys that can shoot. Just get rid of Curry. Get Peyton. You have 400k. Make your profit. Make your profit. Sell Curry, get Peyton. Like, there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. Like, Wong's fine. Mikan at the 4 is an interesting one. Mikan at the 4 is a really, really interesting one. But I'd probably move Mikan to the 5. Instead of Mikan and Wong, I'd probably move Mikan to the 5 and put Isaac at the 4. I think that's probably a better combo. Just because speed-wise, if they're running Kevin Garnett at center. But why not get rid of Curry and put in Penny? I like this team. First of all, there is one problem with this team. This is like a solid like 7.5 out of 10 team. This is a really good team. The one problem is play Jonathan Isaac at the 4 and Mikael Bridges at the 5. Maybe there's just a misplaced. Maybe they're just misplaced there. But that's what I would do. Ooh, Wiggins. I like this team. Again, Isaac and Wong GG are just gods. But Wiggins is interesting. Wiggins is expensive, but I like Wiggins. Okay. Walt Frazier does not belong on the floor. Walt Frazier does not belong on the floor at all. Like, at this stage in the game, Marcus Smart's better than Walt Frazier. DeJounte Murray is better than Walt Frazier. Drew Holiday is better than Walt Frazier. Like, there are significant amount of players. As much as I have Walt Frazier, there are so many players better. Jazz fine. Mullen's fine. Even at the 2. I mean, if you want to use a player that's just Walt Frazier better, just get DeJounte if you really like Walt. But I would just leave Walt open this whole game. I guess 6 out of 10 that team. Ugh. Okay. 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 So first of all, Del Curry is nowhere close to being as good as Troy Daniels. Troy Daniels is better. Is quite a bit better than Del Curry, in my opinion. So I would go with Troy Daniels. If you're if you are going to be using like an under or a 3-point shooter from deep, and then Kelly Tripucka, like, look, I don't mind Kelly Tripucka's release. He's got Johnson release. He's not very good. Like, at this stage in the game, like, Kelly was really nice in season 1. He was an underrated player. Not a lot of people used him, but he was extremely underrated. I think I can't even shoot from deep. You got 40k MT, so you don't have much MT to work with. Like, there's no reason having Manny Bielitsa over Jonathan Isaac when they cost the same amount. I get it, Bielitsa can shoot from range. That doesn't necessarily matter. That is not It is important, but it is not the most important thing. You literally just need one guy to 4-hunt with, and you can do that with Troy Daniels. Kelly Chapuka, I mean, there is no reason. You got 40 KMT, just get yourself like Mikal Bridges, or if you really want to be cheap, just get yourself Bruce Bowen, or just get yourself Matisse. Even Matisse Thybulle at the 3 will work. Matisse Thybulle will be fine. And you know what? Dinwiddie's fine. He's very expensive for what he is, but he's fine. If you really like Dinwiddie, you can keep using him. And Wang GG obviously is fine. But like, this is a team. This is a 2 out of 10 team. I'm sorry. Like, I see this team and think it's an auto win. That is a 2 out of 10 team. Okay, I was about to say De'Aaron's a bit confusing, but I was like, no, he's not. Everybody has Ja Morant. De'Aaron's just better Ja. You lucky. You are so freaking lucky. You got Michael Red. I'm at nearly 100 games without the guy. John Stockton. Christian Wood. Like, whatever about your MT, there's no reason. Like, he may be the basketball John, but I mean, I'm not quite sure basketball John should be used. I am not quite sure basketball John at this stage should be used at all. So like, there's no reason. There is no reason. You've got your 15 KMT. Just get Marcus Smart. Sell basketball John. Get Marcus Smart. This does not look like a team. The had half limitless range and catch and shoot. I don't know who the had is. Who could the had be? Harden? Would that be Harden? I'm trying to think of what could type with the had. But either way, it's not a clutch time lineup. I don't mind this line. Actually, yes, I do mind this lineup. Jesus, you know what? Conley's okay. Danny Green's perfectly fine. Isaac's okay. Poku's not even that bad. Get Yao Ming out of there. If you want to use John, use Ha-Sung Jin. Yao Ming does not belong ever on the floor. Yao Ming does not belong on the floor, lads. Like, there is no reason. No reason for Yao Ming ever. Just get, if you want a giant, get Ha-Sung Jin. If you want the actual best player for his price, get Wang Zhiji or Wang Zhiji. Don't use Yao Ming. Do not use Yao Ming. All badged up except Mikan. I mean, this is a really good team. You got the half interceptor god in Paul Silas. Wiggins is good. Red's good. France is good. I mean, I like this team. It's like an 8.5 out of 10. There's been no team other than... Wait a second. This could be interesting. Kimpembe guards ball. Maestro Kimpembe. Kimpembe. You've got three people from the song. You got Nabil Fekir, Ousmane Dembele, and Kimpembe. I'm gonna give this team right here only post up with Peter Crouch. I mean, he is 6'7", so he is a little bit small for a center, unfortunately. But I'm gonna give this team, like, I like King Kazu, but like, I can't give it more than like a 4 out of 10, honestly, because like, he didn't even spend the time to get the SBC King Kazu. If you guys don't know my FIFA team, King Kazu and Shinzuki Nakamura both play in my FIFA team. Use Dembele's pace to get to the rim. Kimpembe guards ball, post up with Crouch. I like it. 10 for the memes, but wrong King Kazu. Okay. I used the bench for the first tier. Jeez, was this was a team this... No, I was going to say, was this a team this time last year, but Byron Beck came out at the start of Season 4. Man, that Alonso sucked. That Larry Johnson sucked. That Scotty, he kind of sucked. That Cliff Hagan really sucked. That Sean Kemp was good. And that Dino really sucked. Man, this team is ass. Even 2K21 next gen, where you could kind of use anyone to start, anyone pre-speed patched in that game, he was ass. John Day, Eddie Jones, Mikal Bridges, Sadiq Bey, Kristaps. I like this team. Again, I would replace Kristaps with ideally looking for a guy who can hit fours. I mean, you have 100k, so you can get Drazen and Wong. You can get Drazen, move Mikal Bridges to the 4, move Eddie Jones to 3, Drazen to the 2, and get Wong GG at center, and you get 2 guys you can hit 4s. But other than that, I like your team. Okay, come on. I just want to see one or two more just interesting teams. Eric Snow can shoot from deep. Like, Eric Snow is a surprisingly forgotten about player. Like, is he as good as Marcus Smart? No. He's not, but like, he is a surprisingly forgotten about player. Like, I'm surprised, like, nobody uses Eddie Jones. Or say not Eddie Jones, Eric Snow. I do not know anything about Clash of Clans, unfortunately. 51 likes. Obviously there are people that play Clash of Clans. I'm not one of them. Or is that Clash Royale? Whatever that game's called now. Okay, Colin Sexton's an interesting one because, like, I'm not that high on Colin Sexton. I'm not that high on Colin Sexton. He's 6'1", decent wingspan. The problem is he's like a worse version of Ja Morant / Steve Francis. So if you don't have any of them, he's pretty good. Cliff Hagan can't shoot from deep, but he's a good defender and decent shooter. Klay Thompson maybe in the top 3 players to use in this entire game mode. Maybe one of the top 3 players to use in any game mode, to be honest. But yeah, I don't mind Wong GG either. Okay, swap out PG's phone. Usually you go between Gary Payton and De'Aaron, PD or Dame. 90 and 6. My God, Chris. You're still sweating this game. Chris Nation, he's been around. He's been around for years. Like, he has been around for years. Like, he was like one of the original thumbnail guys in the MyTEAM community. He's been around as long as I have. And, like, he was known long before I was. Like, he was well known in, like, the 15 and 16 days. And I was just making videos and no one knew who I was. So he's been around equally as long as me. And, like, he's been around longer than me, sorry. He was known when I was just getting started. And he's still sweating this game and good enough to go 90 and 6. Fair play. Fair play. Like, it's hard to keep him playing this game year after year after year. Fair play, Chris. Your team's good. And obviously if you're 90 and 6, you don't need him to change anything. Wow. Get rid of Clarkson. Get rid of Gervin. Honestly, if you're looking for a 4-point shooter, just get in Marcus Smart for Clarkson. And then, I don't know, Mikal Bridges if you can afford him. If not, just keep Gervin. And that appears to be it. Unless there are more here. Okay, Jazz badged out defensively. He has limitless spot up on gold. Karan's quick first step. Clamps unnecessary defensive badges. Karan Butler's still a weird one. I still think even with those badges, I'm iffy on him. If you... Like, I really struggled. I really struggled with Mikal Bridges at power forward just because I didn't know his icon. So I really struggled with him at power forward. But he is a really good player. So, yeah, I like the team. I do really rate the team here. Except for that Karan Butler. I'm not great with that Karan Butler. So, yeah, that is... I'll end it there. I will end it there. So this was the first I Rate Your Clutch Time teams. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be the first of many. I think I'm just going to say send teams, and some of them are going to be clutch time, some of them are going to be unlimited. And like some players are like different. Like, for example, when I'm talking about clutch time teams, I might suggest a Drazen. I would never suggest for anyone to use Drazen in unlimited. I don't even use him in unlimited. In clutch time, yeah, he's pretty damn good. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Video kind of shocking. Kind of shocking that, like, with what happened in 250k. It is absolutely shocking. Like, they're disqualified. They disqualified Splash, who's been the best player on Next Gen in the world. They disqualified ISO Dill, who is seen as one of the top 5 players in the world this year. And they disqualified RCA, who's not only one of the best players in the world, who's one of the genuinely best people in the community. And RCA recorded every single game. Splash recorded every game to show that they weren't boosting. Like, they qualified twice. They recorded all their games. They did everything they could to make sure that they couldn't get caught out. A 2K couldn't say they cheated, and 2K still say they cheated. They've screwed it. They've screwed it. And I'm not going to talk about this in another video because I know that'll get me in trouble. But I doubt there is any 2K employees watching my Rate My Team videos. And yeah, unfortunately, they've screwed it. They have badly, like, they've screwed this tournament again. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.